So I want to bring in our correspondent in Jerusalem, Noga Tarnopolsky. Noga, Syria, an ally to Iran, hostile to Israel. What's your reaction been where you are?
Well, Syria has been hostile to Israel since 1948. The countries have never had anything but a formal relation of war. But the reaction here is it's quite complex. On the one hand, Assad was a major regional obstacle for Israel because mostly he accepted the presence of Russia and Iran, who had massive military presences. Israel had Iranian generals on its border with Syria in a development of the last 10 years or so since the civil war. So for Israel, his departure, like as we see for many Syrians, by the way, is a matter of just impulsive joy. But the Israeli government has held several security meetings just even over during the night out of concern that Syria could end up in a Yugoslavization scenario, falling apart into different pieces controlled by different militias, or even again into a civil war, which could obviously pose great difficulties for Israel once again on its northern border. One other thing I'd like to add, connected to what our colleague in Iran said, what we have heard here from American and Israeli sources is that two private jets, Iranian private jets, turned back. They were on their way to Syria, and they turned back when Israel threatened to bring them down with the claim that they were carrying weaponry to Hezbollah. So what's left of Hezbollah apparently was still trying to mount some kind of defense. The Israelis made a threat, and Iran, it appears, simply made a decision that this wasn't worth investing in anymore.
Yeah, we have to wait to see if we can get more developments on that story you're talking about. Noga, tell us about the role that Israel played in Syria in terms of weakening Iranian-backed groups there.
Israel wasn't that successful in weakening Iranian-backed groups, which is mostly Hezbollah, in Syria. Prime Minister Netanyahu, who you see here, no, sorry, that's Assad. Prime Minister Netanyahu, for a number of years, made quite a big deal about his supposed friendship with Putin. He used this on campaign posters, and the way he explained this friendship was saying that Putin is the one allowing Israel to engage in the skies over Syria so as to eliminate weaponry Iran was sending to Hezbollah. Syria really was the major station for Iran-origin weapons being sent to Hezbollah. That will no longer be possible now for many reasons, but principally not because of the Russians, because the Syrians are gone. So from that point of view, I think Israelis are satisfied, but extremely cautious about what will happen in the future and who will be in charge. The Israeli army has already redeployed to a buffer zone within Syrian territory on the Golan Heights, has sent a significant number of military back up there, and has warned the rebels that if they, quote, turn towards Israel, that they will face a very significant response.
All right, Noga, thank you very much. Noga Tarnopolsky joining us from Jerusalem. We'll be speaking to you later in the day, I'm sure.